Hey everybody, this is Ed from the Whiskey Tangent Podcast with another Whiskey Short. I'm here with Scott.
Hey everybody.
And our friend Gabe.
Yo, yo.
And today is an extra special one for us. It only comes evidently twice a year.
True.
Today we're going to explore, taste, discover, and love, I hope, our second infinity bottle that we've been crafting for the last 5 months.
Yes.
We have 15 whiskeys plus 6 ounces from our first infinity bottle going into this particular expression that we've created. And Gabe's here to help us taste it, evaluate it, and like I said, I hope love it.
Yeah, and he's brought his own infinity bottle, so we're going to taste that as well. So this is How to Build an Infinity Bottle, Part 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yes.
Whiskey Short. Okay, so the second one, as Ed said, we had 15 whiskeys, and we're just going to run down the list. So, wait a minute. Should we say what was in the original infinity bottle first?
I mean, 6 ounces of that is in it. So.
Right. So 6 ounces of our first infinity bottle, which contained Jefferson's Reserve, very old, very small batch bourbon, Knob Creek, small batch bourbon, Elijah Craig, small batch bourbon, Evan Williams, 1783, small batch bourbon, Heaven Hill, white label bourbon, Russell's Reserve 10-year bourbon, Colonel E.H. Taylor, small batch bottled and bond bourbon, 3-quart bourbon, Bullet Rye, Old Forester Rye, High West Double Rye, Larceny bourbon, Maker's Mark bourbon, and Cardinal Straight bourbon.
Yeah, so I mean, the first infinity bottle was made up of amazing stuff. We took 6 ounces of that and we put it into the bottle to start our second infinity bottle. And to that, we added what, Scott?
15 different whiskeys.
Oh my God.
We added Angel's Envy bourbon, Breckenridge Port Cask bourbon, Spirits of the Apocalypse whiskey, Woodford Double Oaked bourbon, Wild Turkey Rare Breed bourbon, Wild Turkey 101 bourbon, Sagamore Double Oak, which is a rye, Hill Rock Double Cask Rye Sauterne finish, Henry McKenna 10-year bourbon, Bullet Rye 12-year, Pikesville Rye, Jack Daniel's Rye Single Barrel, Willet Pot Still bourbon, Old Forester 1920 Prohibition style bourbon, and Willet Estate Rye.
Holy moly.
Those will cost you about $800 retail, in case you're wondering. In case you're looking to pick all them up this weekend, bring about $800 with you.
So just a little advice. If you're going to start a podcast about whiskey, you're going to spend a lot of money. All right. So we're going to give you the mash bill and the proof. So
Right. The first one came in as a bourbon.
it did 61% corn,
Right.
25% rye,
Right.
10% barley, and 4% wheat. 94 proof.
Right. So it was a really nice bourbon mix. Now, we didn't accomplish that this time. This one is not as definite, Scott, but tell us what's going on.
We're in a weird situation here. It's not a bourbon or a rye.
Right.
So just to reiterate, to be a bourbon, you have to be at least 51% corn. To be a rye, you have to be at least 51% rye. To be a wheat whiskey, you need to have a 51% wheat. And to be a malt whiskey, you have to have at least 51% barley. So our mash bill is 49% corn. We missed it. 42% rye. We missed it. 9% barley. We way missed that. And 0% wheat.
I mean, it's probably a 0.07 or something.
It's a point, but we rounded. Its proof comes in at 98, so it's higher than what we had before.
What's some of the higher proof ones in there?
Some of the higher proof ones. So
Pikesville, right?
Like over 100. Right. So the Wild Turkey Rare Breed was 117. The 101 Wild Turkey was, of course, 101. The Henry McKenna was 100 because it's
right.
bottle and bond. The Pikesville Rye is 110. The Old Forester is 115. And the Willet Estate Rye is 112.8.
Right. So it's a weird thing. It's an American whiskey. It's basically a blend.
Yeah.
Which all infinity bottles are.
Right.
Gabe, what are you thinking about these, as we're about to taste it?
Oh, it sounds great. I mean, I can't wait to try the blend of everything there.
You were remarking on the color when you were just looking at what we had. I mean, just look at it. There's a lot of red in there, right?
It's a dense color. I mean, you're looking at like high caramel color. It's a deep brown, thick, rich looking, luxurious.
It is really dark. I mean, it's like maple syrup almost.
Honestly, it looks like port wine finished whiskey, like it's been sitting in port wine barrels for about 2 years. That's what it looks like.
Oh my God, I want to taste it.
Oh my God, I want to put it in my mouth.
Oh my God, would you just pour me a glass? I can't take it anymore. Help me.
I'm excited to try this. The first Infinity bottle, we were really afraid that what we made was like a Frankenstein's monster's ass of whiskey and that we that we wasted a ton of money by putting 3 ounces of each of those bourbons. And the first one, we only had 13? This one, we have 15 plus the 2 parts of
Right.
Infinity Bottle number 1.
We knew Infinity Bottle 1 was great, so putting 6 ounces then in was easy. Now, once again, we kept certain rules. We have no Irish whiskey. We have no Scotch whiskeys.
Correct.
We kept it bourbons and ryes and a little bit of wheat left over from the first Infinity Bottle.
Ah, smell it.
The smell
Woo.
is 1,000 things in my nose. It's like a bee's nest in my nose.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Incredibly
It's
complex.
been sitting here for several months, developing and
Yeah.
aging and getting to know each other. And like, hi, I'm Russell's Reserve. How are you? Hi, I'm Henry McKenna.
Like, so every time I put one in here, it's in a giant bullet rye bottle. I would turn it upside down and turn it right side up just to shake it up, let them mingle in there. And it was above the halfway line when we finally finished it.
The smell is great. It smells amazing.
Fruits, dark fruits.
Yes.
I do smell some rye, which
I'm
is
definitely getting more pepper
it's
on the nose.
42% rye.
Let's try it.
It's wonderful.
It's wonderful. It's simpler than I expected. It's not as confusing as I thought it would be. It's a very nice, high-level drinking whiskey. Dense flavor, but not layered.
Yeah, there's a mid-level sweetness there. It's not overly hot.
Right.
Wow.
For 98 proof, it's not very hot.
It's so smooth. For almost 100 proof, you can drink it right down.
Right. So I was drinking it neat. I put a little bit of water in it.
You take a little bit of water there.
Yeah, sure. No, the proof is enough where you deserve that.
I feel like with some water in it, the rye really comes out. This is really an extraordinarily deep whiskey.
But yet,
I hear what you're saying, though. Like,
it's not contrasting. It's not layered.
I
It's
feel-
one drink. It's
Yeah.
one whiskey
I feel like our
compared to the other one,
first Infinity bottle
which we're going to try in a minute.
was very layered. Right. We have a little bit left, and we thought we could taste all the layers in it. But this
Right.
one,
Has formed into one whiskey.
yeah,
A spectacular whiskey, but I was surprised by that.
I
It's-
totally agree, Ed. It's not shouting at you. Oh my God, taste me. I am like 15 whiskeys. It's like,
Yeah, I'm one whiskey and I'm amazing.
Yeah, I'm wondering if the reason is because we have so many whiskeys in it.
I mean, maybe.
We have 17 3-ounce pours of different whiskeys, 15 different ones, and 2 of our previous Infinity bottle. So I'm just wondering, when you're making an Infinity bottle yourself at home, the more whiskeys you add, maybe the smoother it gets because they all kind of cancel each other out. Gabe, what do you think?
With the palate, I'm getting a lot of sweetness. It doesn't go all over the place. It's got a basic corn bourbon taste to
Right.
it. It's got some heat, mild heat.
It tastes like a high rye bourbon to me, which is almost what it is.
Right. If you just put 2% more corn, it would be a high rye bourbon.
Right. And I advocated for adding something to make it an official bourbon. And Scott was like, why? Why the fuck do we care? Like, this is what we have.
Right.
It's the point of it is to be a mix and a blend. And he's right. And this is an absolute perfect whiskey, as good as our first one, but completely different.
Right. That's what makes this so much fun.
So much fun. I mean, really, if you're going to encounter at least 6 or 7 different whiskeys throughout a 6-month period, why not do one? It's fun to do.
Yeah. It's only going to cost you 3 ounces per bottle.
Do you want some ice at all? I brought you an ice cube.
You did. That's very nice of you. That's like a cat bringing me a dead bird.
I could do that too, but I'm not that agile. All right, so Scott just poured me some of the first Infinity bottle, which it's been left since, holy shit, when did we finish that? Like June?
Jesus.
No, it had to be like
It was
September.
August.
We've actually been saving this just for this moment. Oh my God, is it all gone?
Yeah.
Part of me is so sad. But 6 ounces of the first Infinity bottle went into the second, and 6 ounces of that will go into the next one, which means part of the first Infinity bottle will live on.
I have some side by side. Do you have side by side?
I don't.
Okay.
I need to do that real quick.
Go ahead, pour yourself some of the 2. Because we have plenty of the 2.
Oh, the 2 is where our cup runneth over with the 2.
It's Jesus and the fishes.
Look at the color difference. The first Whiskey Tank Infinity bottle is much lighter in color. Do you see that?
Infinity 2 was much darker.
So dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one is noticeably lighter in color.
Infinity bottle 1 is like Depeche Mode. Infinity bottle 2 is like Evanescence.
Evanescence?
Evanescence?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Edit Evans. Edit Evans.
Edit everything Ed says.
Edit.
Oh, this is big for the vid. Oh, it's a big funny. He's a big buffoon. The line to lick my ass starts here.
Wow.
Edit
So
everything.
belligerent.
Can we start?
Edit
Can we taste
everything
it?
Ed says.
We can. I've tasted it. Have you tasted
I
it?
haven't tasted either one yet. I'm waiting for once.
Wow.
Which should I drink first? The first or the
The
second?
first one.
Okay.
Drink number 1.
God, it's so good on the nose.
Oh, it's a delicious whiskey. We hit the fucking jackpot with the first one.
To my personal palate, I think I like 1 better, but not by much. 2 is phenomenal. It's definitely a little more proof.
It's so much more rye in number 2.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can absolutely taste that. So the rye content of the first one was 25.
Yeah.
The rye content of the second one was 42.
Right. And I tend to be a bourbon guy,
Yeah.
so I like the first one.
Yeah, you can absolutely taste that.
Yeah, number 2 is definitely a lot more dense.
Oh,
I think
than
that's
number 1.
right. That Gabe, that's exactly what you're tasting.
1 is so fucking good. We're never going to have 1 again, man.
I know. 1 is gone, man.
It's gone. 1 is spectacular.
We could recreate this infinity bottle if we wanted to because we have the exact whiskeys
Right.
to put back into it.
Right. So if I was like a trillionaire and I didn't fucking care about money, I just go buy these fucking 15 whiskeys. I could make actually 15 infinity bottles.
So going forward, what we're
Wait,
going to
maybe we should do that.
Wow, well, we could.
Right. We buy 15 whiskeys in a fucking year. Let's just buy these 15 and just make 15 infinity bottles.
No, we'll make a different one.
Okay.
We'll do this later. Maybe this is like year 10
You're 10.
after we have cirrhosis.
Wait, how old am I? I'm living to 62. That's the plan. Okay.
okay.
I better walk.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to walk tomorrow.
Yeah, do some walking.
I'm buying celery tomorrow.
So the plan going forward. Did you say buying
I'm
celery?
going to buy some celery. Yeah, I'm going to go for a walk and eat celery while I'm walking tomorrow.
Oh my God, that's negative like 1,000 calories.
Can I bring a flask or no? It's counterproductive.
That's
Oh,
counterproductive.
okay. Oh, no flask then.
Anyway,
Note to self.
going forward, what we're going to do is we're going to make an infinity bottle number 3.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to put 6 ounces of infinity bottle number 2 into it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put, I don't know, what do you want to do? So I feel like we're learning here. So I think we put too many whiskeys this time. And that kind of evened out the flavor. It wasn't as layered or as complex.
It was still good though.
It was still delicious.
Yeah.
But I think we should keep it to around 10 to 12.
What did we have in the first one?
We had 13.
Well, 13's the magic number.
Yeah. We'll get to yours.
Gabe's getting antsy. He's like
is
banging
antsy.
his infinity bottle against the glass.
Right. He's banging it
Fucking child.
because his dick is small. It fits in the cork.
Oh,
Damn.
Okay, now.
Damn.
Stop it. Man. Just stop it.
We'll cut that out. Or maybe not.
You guys, edit.
So
I praised your 2 infinity bottles, and now all of a sudden,
yeah, we'll pretend to like yours too.
Hold on a second. Gabe, if you don't
Pretend.
no, all shit.
air quotes.
Okay.
Wait, all bullshit.
Yeah.
If you don't think I'm excited to taste your, I
Oh.
love Infinity Bottle. I can't wait to taste your.
We cannot wait to
So
taste yours.
Gabe has
He's got a regular sized bullet bourbon bottle.
right. He's got a bullet bourbon bottle filled to the fucking neck. So he has a full 750. I think plus another 10 milliliters
Yeah.
on top of that.
Yeah. So Gabe, tell us the whiskeys that you put into this.
Right.
Okay, well, I have 10 different expressions of whiskeys. I have 3 ounces each of.
I'm so excited about this.
I got Woodford Reserve.
Yes.
Episode 8.
Elijah Craig's.
Woo! You know I love it.
Episode 9.
Can I finish?
Yeah, please, I'm excited.
Heaven's
Knocking
Door
on heaven's
Double
door.
Barrel.
Episode 17.
Redemption Rye.
Episode 1.
Wild Turkey 101.
Whiskey Man 3 Part 3.
Nice.
Bullet Rye.
Episode 1.
Old Ezra 7-year bourbon.
It's delicious.
Pre-gaming for episode 22.
George Dickel's Bottle and Bond.
Dickle.
Also pre-gaming for episode 22.
Knob Creek Small Bat.
Episode 8.
And to top it off, 1792
Which
Small Batch.
somehow is not made on the podcast, yes, and yet it will.
The proof comes out to be 97.81%.
98. What's the mash bill, Scott?
The mash bill that Gabe and I worked out together because we both had like contradictory information, but we figured out that the mash bill is 61% corn. So it is
Wow.
firmly a bourbon, 30% rye.
Which
so
makes
it's
it a high rye bourbon.
yeah, and 9% barley. No wheat.
Wow. Gabe, this is right in my wheelhouse. This is the numbers that I like. All right. This is the numbers that I pop a semi on when I get to the bar. Scott's mocking me because I asked him for ice and I pointed to his freezer like he didn't know where the ice was. He's like, I know where the ice is in my own apartment. Asshole. But I'm just a helper.
It's like I fucking know where the ice is, you whore. Why don't you go back to Whore Island? Gabe?
I'm here as you're taking my bottle and pouring out.
Right. And neat. We are the knights who say neat. Neat.
We are the knights who say neat.
In the Glencairn too. So I have it Gabe's Infinity Bottle poured in a rocks glass on 2 cubes, and I have it neat in a Glencairn, and that's what I'm going to pick up first. Oh,
I'm getting a lot of sweetness right off the bat.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh, it smells so good. A little bit of more fire than I expected, but it is 98.
Right.
What is taking it there? The old Ezra, huh?
Well, okay, so the high proof ones that Gabe put in here are the Heaven Store Double Barrel has 100. The Wild Turkey 101, of course, is 101. The old Ezra 7-year was 117. And
Boom.
He's got George Dickel was a bottle and bond, so that's 100. And Knob Creek
George Dickel
is 100.
You said
Still
Dickel.
laughing at Dickel.
I mean, we've had a lot of 100. The 117 is exceptional. I remember when he brought that over here one night. We tried it. It was really good.
When we recorded episode 22, yeah, he brought it
The
over.
old Ezra-
It's delicious.
and
It really is.
I
Yeah,
forgot that the Heaven Store was 100.
Yeah, I forgot that as well.
Last year's Whiskey Advocate ratings. Number 1 was the old Ezra, and number 7 was the George Dickels.
A Whiskey
magazine.
Advocate.
Oh, okay.
I could have them mixed up, but
That's
it was
fine.
1
No.
and 7 or 7.
I
and
remember seeing
I
something.
saw something like that.
Yeah.
Before we-
I'm getting a lot of rye on the nose because it is a high rye bourbon.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, not as high as the rye that was in our number 2.
No,
but
our number 2.
I'm getting it definitely.
I have not tried it. Let's try it.
Yeah, it's sweet,
It's
Ooh,
sweet, but
it's
it's
good.
very spicy, very hot.
very spicy and
It's
hot.
amazing.
I can't wait to put water in it.
It is
actually.
a sweet beginning. You approach it, and then this peppery ending as
Yeah.
the
Oh,
rye
yeah.
hits.
A lot of pepper.
I have to tell you, it's a little bit better than ours to me. 'Cause-
The number 2.
yeah, once again, we're splitting hairs here, but my initial taste is this is more in my wheelhouse because I like it a little bit sweeter. The 61% corn compared to the 49% corn works better for me.
Taste it on the rocks now.
I am right now.
Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got a lot of heat. It lingers on the tongue. It's got somewhat of an oily mouthfeel.
Oh, it's really good.
I'm
Wow.
really going to encourage people who have a nice collection of whiskeys. Create your own infinity bottle. It's spectacular. You're going to have a great time with it. It creates this one-time expression that you've done, and it's never disappointing.
No.
No,
Gabe.
not at all.
I want to taste
Yeah.
the second side by
Yeah,
side.
go ahead, do that. I have actually all 3 because I saved some.
Wait, where is the first one?
You don't get it.
I'm just asking. Where's the first one? What do you have?
Get your goddamn giant bear paws.
I
away
want
from
more
my
one.
whiskey.
Oh, shit. I just spilled the fucking thing. God damn it.
Oh, did you spill? Oh, what did you spill? Yours?
Yeah.
Well, there's plenty of yours. No problem. Woo! Wow, we're gonna have to get the breathalyzer out. Gabe's gonna be here till 2 a.m. You bitch! You drank my fucking one. You
My
whore!
own shit.
You whore! I hate you so much.
He was dealing with Gabe's problem. I snatched up his the last 2 ounces of our original infinity bottle, and I took a sip.
Damn it!
It was spectacular.
It's delicious.
All right, so I have Gabe's.
Wow, that is good.
I have Gabe's in mind. Let me try our infinity bottle 2 versus his. It's good. Ours is good. Let me taste his. Wow.
They're actually really similar.
They're very similar, but his is a little sweeter. It has a little bit higher corn.
It does have higher corn.
If I had to drink one every day, I'm going with Gabe's. It's got a couple of my fucking go-tos. It's got
It
Woodford
does.
and Elijah Craig starting the fucking hit parade. Knob Creek, which is a standard for us too. Bullet Rye, which is a standard. So, I mean, he has everything I want in a fucking infinity bottle.
And again, so what we both did here is we limited it to bourbons and ryes.
Right.
So
We both did that,
you
right?
don't have to do that.
No.
However, be careful, especially with the scotches,
Oh.
because you might get yourself in a little bit of trouble. Like you might pick your Lagavulin or Lefroy.
Right.
If you like those, that's great.
They're smoky though, and it's going to taint your whole fucking bottle.
You might
And
want
have
to
know
keep
that.
those in a separate thing. So I just read something, and it was a woman on Twitter, and they were talking about infinity bottles. So I read the whole thread, and she said that what she was going to do is she was going to have 2 infinity bottles. One that she curated, basically that she would do what the guy who invented the infinity bottle
Right.
said to do was taste it a little bit, pour it in, taste it with the mixture. If you pour in something, well, you can always correct it by pouring in something sweeter if you pour it in something too
Right.
spicy. And then she was going to have a second one where she just did whatever.
The last 2 bottles we've done, Infinity Bottle 1 and 2, we've just let them happen
Right.
organically. Whatever we happen to be tasting that
Exactly.
week, we pour it in. We haven't tried to craft one yet.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do a tooth part one where we do a crafted one and then we
Right.
do a one that we continue with infinity bottle number
Right.
3, whatever.
We're definitely going to continue with the organic one because
Yeah.
while we're buying these bottles and doing the podcast for everybody and ourselves, why not continue with the novelty of creating an infinity bottle because it's so unique?
To go on about your infinity bottle,
Yeah.
I didn't want to put Irish whiskey in there, nor did I want to put Scotch, because I knew it would kind of bastardize the taste.
Yes. And that's what we recommended on our first.
And I agree with that.
I think it came out very nice.
It's tremendous.
Had you tried this before tonight? Be honest.
And
Don't lie.
Well, if you give me a chance, I will tell you. In the last part of putting the 3 ounces of the 1792 small batch,
Oh, man.
I couldn't fit 3 ounces in there, so I had to pour about an ounce. I wasn't going to let it go to waste.
No.
So I tasted it, sure. And I was like, wow, okay, this is very nice. It's complex, it's dark.
So you drank 2 ounces of it to fit the 3 ounces of the fucking whiskey?
Yes.
Wow, I love
1.5 ounces.
I love it. It's actually a tremendous expression, Gabe. I thank you.
It is, Gabe.
And I give you kudos for it.
Seriously, though, it's a terrific expression that you crafted.
I'm happy with it.
In our Infinity Bottle 3, we're going to have 6 ounces of our Infinity Bottle 2.
Right.
And then we'll build from there for the next maybe 5 months. And then we'll check in for the...
Well, check in, yeah. It's a great short to just have. And
we're going to come back
on
every 6 months and have an Infinity Bottle short.
And every time we're going to encourage people to make their own Infinity
It's
Bottle.
so much fun.
Because we know how much whiskey you're drinking.
Yeah, I mean, if you're like us, you drink a lot of whiskey.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't be shy about it. You know, I mean, like not while you're working, but when you get home, have some fun, you know, and like take 2 days off a week and just, drink water and broccoli and whatever, watercress.
Drink broccoli?
Yeah. Like,
Well, to
just
make your own Infinity Bottle, it's a labor of love. Obviously, you're going to have to buy a whole lot of different bottles.
I mean, if you have only 6 or 7 bottles, it's still worth it.
It's
just
still
do it.
good. Yeah.
6 or 7 is enough. You don't need to have 15.
Just do it.
Jesus.
Stop being a fucking pansy and just put 3 ounces in a bottle and then buy more shit and do it.
All right, we're not
Stop beating around the bush.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
We're gonna cut Gabe out.
All right, we're
way too
gonna
aggressive.
turn off his mic.
All right, we're walking Gabe away right now.
Yeah.
I'm just happy you like my product.
Right. We do. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. Let's end it. Ed, take us out.
Hey, listen, this has been a fucking train wreck, but we had a great time. And the point to you is, if you haven't made an Infinity Bottle,
Why not?
right?
Fuck is wrong with you?
I'll tell you right now, find a friend, split whiskey with them, make an Infinity Bottle.
If they have friends.
Everyone has a friend.
Do they?
If you don't, well, then kill yourself. But listen, if I have one friend. If you don't have one friend, go find a friend or just Niagara Falls over the barrel.
Oh, wow. In a barrel.
In a barrel. If you make
A bourbon barrel.
A bourbon barrel.
Don't go that far.
With a number 2 char.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no reason for that.
Oh, Gabe's in charge of what's stupid.
Oh, Gabe's in charge.
Why are any of you listening to us right now? Go to bed.
Cheers, everyone.
Later.
Sponsor.